Hey guys, in this BBQGuys expert overview, we'll be checking out the FireDisc 36-inch tall original cooker. This is a highly portable cooker that can handle just about anything from griddle style cooking to frying and more. Let's check it out. We'll start off with build quality. The 22-inch diameter cooking disc measured in at 3.87, almost 4 millimeters thick, and is constructed from high carbon steel. The burner is 4.3 millimeters thick and constructed from cast iron. The stand that it comes with is 6.23 millimeters thick and has a heavy-duty silicone powder coating. The overall quality is nice and everything's very heavy-duty. Now we'll check out how well the FireDisc performs. We wanted to give you a good feel of performance, so we tested the zone variance on the cooking disc at both low and high temperatures, just to give you some insight as to how the FireDisc heats and maintains heat. It should be noted that the FireDisc is designed to have heat zones across the disc, with the center being the hottest and the outer zone being the coolest. First up, our 30-minute low temperature test. After preheating on low for 30 minutes, the center zone measured in at about 450 degrees Fahrenheit. The middle zone temped out at around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and the outer ring of the disc had a temperature of about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty good. As for our high heat test, after running the unit on high for 30 minutes, in the center zone, the FireDisc temped out at 675 degrees Fahrenheit. The middle zone came in at about 580 degrees Fahrenheit, and the outer ring was around 220 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a pretty versatile temperature spread. Now let's see what happens during real-world performance testing. The first thing I wanted to test was frying, so I preheated the disc, filled with about a gallon or so of cooking oil on medium-low until the oil hit 375 degrees Fahrenheit. From there, as far as temperature was concerned, the FireDisc handled the rest. Due to the good quality burner they used and the thickness of the carbon steel cooking disc, the temperature stayed very stable and consistent. I didn't have to bounce the burner back and forth manually to maintain a steady 375. So far, so good. Next up, steak, bell peppers, and Brussels sprouts. This time, I preheated the disc with the burner on high. I let the bell peppers and Brussels caramelize on the outer portion of the disc, leaving room for the main event, 2 steaks in the center. That's my kind of party. The FireDisc gave us 2 nicely seared and crusted all over steaks, like you might find in a steakhouse. I'd say that's pretty good performance. Frying and searing are not a problem. Next, we tested the burner on medium by cooking a breakfast hash. Now the FireDisc is pitched towards the center to collect any rendered fat. So I went ahead and cooked the bacon first to render the fat to give us a flavorful hash. I let the bacon caramelize up a little bit and get a little crispy in the center of the FireDisc, and then once I had some rendered bacon fat to prepare the rest of our breakfast, I moved the bacon to the outer edge of the disc. I browned some crumbles of breakfast sausage next. Once browned, I moved that to the outer edge to drain and sauteed a pile of sliced bell peppers. Once those had some color on them, it was time to let the potatoes simmer in that delicious bacon fat and crisp up. I let the potatoes cook down about halfway and then tossed in some red onions to add a little steam to the potatoes. Once the potatoes were cooked through, I mixed everything together and made 4 nice wells amongst the potatoes, and in went the eggs. Garnished everything with some green onions, and our breakfast feast was ready. Again, I was impressed by the temperature stability of the FireDisc. Everything was smooth and steady. It's nice to be able to keep ingredients warm on the outer edge until you're ready to bring them back into the mix. For our final real-world performance test, we need to see how this cooker handles low temperatures. For that, we made a party-sized helping of Bananas Foster pound cake. We melted a smallish amount of butter, added to that some brown sugar, ground cinnamon, and a large pinch of salt. The FireDisc is perfect for entertaining and making large batches of things such as this. Again, the temperature stability and consistency of the cooking disc take a lot of the hassle out of this type of cooking. I line the edge with pound cake slices so they could get warm while the sauce reduced. Tossed in some sliced bananas, and finally some banana rum, dark rum, and vanilla extract. Of course, this can be flambéed right in the disc. And with that, we are ready to go make friends. The well in the center definitely came in handy when spooning generous helpings of caramel sauce over the cake. Nobody that we passed it out to was disappointed. I can say that for sure. The performance of the FireDisc was rock solid. Now let's have a look at the features. First up, the heavy-duty, high-carbon steel cooking disc. The disc comes with 2 large, fire-retardant grips for easy handling, and the disc itself is something else I would like to talk about. When shopping for a cooker like this, something like this type of disc is what you're looking for. It's made with a slant towards the center, but more importantly, it's the thickness and the type of material it's made from. Be careful with any cooker that has a disc that is fairly light, and even more careful if it's light and made of stainless steel. These will have issues with hot and cold spots, as well as temperature control and consistency issues. The burner that comes with the FireDisc is a 15,000 BTU cast iron burner, and that leads us to another thing to keep in mind when looking at this type of cooker. 15,000 BTUs is probably about the sweet spot with this type of setup. This is not the time you want to look for a mammoth burner with 1 billion BTUs. Sure, it would heat your cooking disc a little faster, but then only be good for frying and searing. Moving on to the stand that supports everything. This stand has an industrial-type, heavy-duty silicone powder coating that seems like it will be around for quite some time. The stand is made of 2 pieces that interlock, meaning you can easily break down into a portable footprint without the use of any tools. Straight out of the box, the FireDisc comes set up for running off of a 1-pound portable propane tank. A 1-pound tank will have you cooking for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. If you need more firepower than that, there's an optional accessory hookup that allows you to connect to a standard 20-pound propane tank. FireDisc also offers a range of cooking utensil accessories that are definitely worth checking out. If you want to be able to steam with your cooker, there is a steaming grate accessory as well. For windy areas, they also offer a wind helmet for the burner. I hope we've been able to give you an inside view of the FireDisc cooker. If you liked our video, please hit the like button. And if you aren't already a subscriber, please subscribe to our channel for notifications of our latest content. Until next time, thanks for watching.